Hello Libra, welcome. I'm Ryan. Thank you for being here. It's going to be a general reading, so of course everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, and Val53 Tarot should review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Ooh, okay. Huh. Ooh, goodness gracious. What is that about? What is that about? Ooh, do we have a different Libra today? Who is this? Who is this? Hello, welcome. One more, I'll jump into this. Huh. Okay. We'll get to that. I'm curious about that. Jumping into this, Libra, what you're kind of showing me. Interesting energy. Okay. Hello. I do know this energy. Showing up a little bit differently. Present yourself as one way, in reality, you're actually the other. Got it. So, what you're kind of showing me is work. Work, career, content, niche. Things used to be so much better, and because of this energy of kind of reminiscence, you're a little bit on the fence as to what to do. And what's fascinating is you're kind of like saying things used to, it's kind of like your glory days, if you will. But you're on the fence now because you're like, should I just move on? Is it time to kind of walk away? Is it kind of just drop this? You're really on the fence, Libra. And what's interesting is initially you kind of show me like, I just don't care. I just don't give a shit. But I'm here. Here I am. I showed up. But that's what's interesting is you show me I don't care. At the same time, it is definitely kind of throwing you off. It's kind of like you kind of telling yourself, I'm someplace I energetically feel like I don't belong. And that's what's mentally kind of playing games with yourself. You're beginning to kind of play yourself here a little bit, Libra. You're ultimately trying to figure out, well, how can I turn this situation around in my favor? And this is where I'm going to, be a little bit of a smart ass with you. You're showing me, how can I turn my luck around? What do I have to do to turn my luck around? And you're playing with fate. You're playing with destiny here a little bit. Like I said, you're playing yourself. Even though you kind of show me, and unfortunately, you do manage to kind of do something here to have things move forward and progress. I feel like you do come up with some sort of plan. You're also having the unfortunate realization of, just because you can try and, juke fate or juke destiny for the split second or the moment, it doesn't necessarily always work out the way you thought or wanted it to. It's kind of like saying, let's just say as, the scales, justice or karma, allowing life, or let's just say whatever you believe in, to unfold and deliver karma. If you were to step in and try to attempt to deliver karma before life delivers karma, what actual karma would that actually accumulate for you? It's kind of like, stop trying to be God. Stop trying to play God. You're showing me that with this difficulty, you're having to do everything you possibly can to pull yourself out of this hole and say, you know what? I need to figure out a direction for myself and actually take direct action. So there's a lot of assessment here regarding your business, your work, your career. And what's interesting is there's something there that you got your eye on, and I don't know what that is. That's funny. That's funny. You're kind of, yeah, what you're doing, Libra, is you're doing that whole counterbalance thing. You're kind of justifying what is taking place with who you are, what you've done, what you have in place. It's kind of like a list. It's a list. It's a receipt of your accomplishments. It's a receipt of your success. It's your success story. It's kind of like, well, what about this? Well, what about that? Well, what about that? Well, I'm this. I've done that. I'm happy. It's interesting. You're kind of showing me that everything you got going on and everything you've built or constructed for yourself, you're actually pretty happy and fulfilled with it. And that's what's very interesting is you're saying, I'm happy with what I've built, but I'm not happy having to maintain it and be responsible for the things that I've built. You're like, yeah, I'm more than happy and fulfilled to have a home, a living situation, a stable place of security. I'm happy to have a job, which is interesting. You're just kind of saying, I'm just not happy with how that job or how that work is going. I do, get compensation for the works and efforts that I do with it. At the same time, the more I kind of sit with myself and assess this, it just emotionally, once again, Libra full circle moment, it just doesn't sit right with you. And because there's now this energy of like doom and gloom kind of hovering over you like a dark cloud, you're beginning to stress out here a little bit. You're saying, I just don't know where this is going. I just don't know where this is going. So even though you kind of use a little bit of a Band-Aid in justification as to who you are and what you've done, you're still kind of saying, well, you're still going through it. You're still going through it. It makes sense, though. It does make sense. Yeah. Ooh. Wow. Wow, Libra. The whole you took the whole doom and gloom thing literally, huh? You did. You're like, well, let's just, yeah, I was going to say, you're like, let's just have a little fun then. So Libra, what you're kind of saying is I could be a smart ass too. That's funny. I'm not going to say the first message I heard about this, but there's this energy of, like I said, doom and gloom. You're saying everything has almost come to a screeching halt, financially speaking. At the same time, the momentum of your overall circumstances are actually beginning to pick up. And even though you are staying very sharp to kind of try to stay ahead of this, it's becoming a fixation of like, well, what's going to go on here? What's going to go on here? It's an overall energy of like your eyes are glued to, let's just say, the news of your situation, your circumstances. And you're having to choose to kind of wait things out. But that's what you're saying is that's the problem. That's the issue, is the waiting period of like waiting to kind of find out what's going to happen. Buckle up, Libra. Buckle up. You're saying, I don't know. I'm having to kind of sit down, take a seat, and hope and pray for the best. Because I don't know what storm is going on, but there's definitely one going on. So, of course, if you are dealing with anyone, you could be dealing with an air sign, a fire sign, a water sign, or an earth sign. They're all here. Goodbye.